Beyond the Gates spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, fellow soap addicts. Today is a beautiful day, but honestly, my mind is completely blown after what we just witnessed, and I need to talk about it right now. I am literally shaking as I type this. I cannot believe they just did that. I mean, I am sitting here at 2 a.m., the credits have rolled, my TV is off, but my brain is absolutely screaming. Are you kidding me right now? Jacob and Naomi? I am completely losing my mind over this because I did not see this coming, and honestly, I am so mad, so heartbroken, and so confused all at the exact same time. I need to get this out of my system before I explode because if you watch that scene where Naomi is just screaming at Jacob, calling him a traitor, you know exactly how I feel. Like, my jaw was on the floor. I actually dropped my remote. We need to talk about this immediately because I am not okay. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just take a breath. Okay, back to the point. Let's just look at everything Naomi has been dealing with lately because her life has been an absolute nightmare, and Jacob was supposed to be her rock. He was supposed to be the one good thing she had going for her right now. I mean, think about the sheer amount of trauma this poor woman is carrying on her shoulders. Her father, Bill Hamilton, is literally lying in a hospital bed fighting for his life, and we all know why. Haley, the absolute worst Black Widow wannabe in the history of television, has been slowly poisoning him since October 2025. Naomi might not have all the pieces to that puzzle yet, but the stress of her dad being incapacitated is crushing her. She is watching her father fade away, and she is terrified. And because Bill is out of commission, Naomi has had to step up and run his entire law firm. Do you know how stressful that is? She is trying to keep the family legacy afloat, and she is doing it while fighting off vultures. Enter Tomas Navarro. I cannot stand Tomas. I'm sorry, but he is the most entitled, annoying character right now. He is a junior partner who thinks he just deserves to sit on the throne because Bill is down. He has this massive grudge, and he is fighting Naomi tooth and nail for control of the firm. Every single day she goes into that office, she has to put on her armor and go to war with Tomas just to keep her father's company from falling apart. She is exhausted, like physically and mentally exhausted. But wait, that's not even half of it. On top of the hospital drama and the law firm hostile takeover attempts, Naomi is playing amateur detective. She is trying to figure out if Haley is having an affair. Naomi knows something is off with her evil stepmother. She knows Haley is hiding something massive. So Naomi is digging, trying to find proof of Haley's infidelity, trying to protect her dad from a woman who literally betrayed their family years ago when she was Danny's daughter's best friend. I mean, the history there is already so toxic, and Naomi is wading through all this emotional sludge trying to find the truth. It is so much pressure for one person to handle. And then, as if all the family and career drama wasn't enough, we have the medical trauma. Naomi is dealing with the fact that she carries the BRCA gene. Do you guys remember when this storyline started? I was sobbing. It is such a heavy, real, and terrifying thing to face. She has been grappling with her own mortality, her own health, making impossible decisions about her body and her future. That alone is enough to break a person. It is a constant shadow hanging over her. She has been so incredibly brave, but you can see the toll it takes on her eyes. And where was Jacob during the worst of her emotional struggles? He was on an undercover mission. He was gone. He was playing cop, living a dangerous double life. And Naomi was left at home, staring at the walls, wondering if she was going to get a knock on the door, saying her husband was dead. The emotional warfare she went through while he was undercover was brutal. She stood by him. She waited for him. She loved him through the distance and the fear and the absolute terror of his job. She was the perfect, supportive wife. So Jacob comes back, and he knows. He knows Naomi is hanging on by a thread. He sees the dark circles under her eyes. He sees her fighting Tomas, crying over Bill, stressing over Haley, and dealing with her health. So what does our hero detective do? He decides he wants to do something nice for her. He wants to be the sweet, doting husband. On Wednesday's episode, we see him going to Ashley and Grayson. He is like, "Hey guys, I need your help to put together this amazing surprise for Naomi." And I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching that, I was smiling. I was like, oh, Jacob is finally stepping up. He is finally going to give this woman a single day of peace and happiness. I mean, bringing Ashley and Grayson into it was such a cute touch. They were scheming, they were planning, they were setting up what looked like the most romantic, supportive gesture ever. Jacob was playing the ultimate good guy. He was selling us this fantasy that he was her safe harbor in the middle of this hurricane that is her life. I bought it. I completely bought it, hook, line, and sinker. I've been watching this show since 2015, and I should know better. I should know that whenever a soap opera husband plans a massive romantic surprise, Impending doom is literally 5 seconds away. But I wanted Naomi to be happy so badly that I ignored all the red flags. And then the drop happened. I am still screaming internally. The surprise is happening, or about to happen, and Naomi stumbles onto a secret. A terrible, horrible, no good, very bad secret. And the way the actress played this scene, give her the Emmy right now. Give her all the awards. The way her face just completely shattered. You could see her heart literally break inside her chest. The confusion turning into pure, unadulterated rage and devastation. She starts screaming at him. Not just crying, screaming from the depths of her soul. She looks Jacob dead in the eyes and calls him a traitor. You're a traitor! The way her voice cracked on that word, I felt it in my bones. It wasn't just a betrayal. It was a fundamental destruction of everything she believed about him. He didn't just make a mistake. He committed treason against their marriage. So now I am sitting here, pulling my hair out, trying to figure out, what did he do? What is the secret? Because for Naomi to use the word traitor, it has to be something monumental. It can't just be that he lied about a credit card bill. It has to be something that strikes at the core of her current trauma. Let's unpack the theories, because my group chat is currently on fire with speculations, and I need to vent about all of them. Theory number 1. It has something to do with his undercover mission. Did he cross a line? Did he fall in love with someone else while he was deep cover? Did he start another family? I swear to God, if Jacob has a secret undercover wife, I am going to throw my television out the window. That is the cheapest trope in the book. Remember when they tried this with Andre's past? Yeah, didn't work then either. It just makes the guy look like a total scumbag. If Jacob was sleeping with an informant or another cop while Naomi was at home agonizing over his safety and her BRCA diagnosis, he is absolute trash. But wait, what if it's worse? What if the betrayal isn't romantic? What if it's professional, but it impacts Naomi's family? Theory number 2. What if Jacob's undercover mission was somehow tied to Bill Hamilton? What if Jacob knows something about Haley's poisoning of Bill, and he kept it quiet for an investigation? Oh my God, could you imagine? If Jacob knew that Haley was slowly killing Naomi's father, and he didn't say anything because it would blow his cover or ruin a larger case, that would absolutely make him a traitor. Naomi would never, ever forgive that. Her father is her world, and if her husband let him be poisoned for a badge, that is unforgivable. I mean, think about it. The word traitor implies switching sides. What if Jacob is secretly working with Tomas Navarro? Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but hear me out. Tomas is trying to take down the law firm. What if Jacob has some shady financial dealings, and Tomas found out, and now Jacob is helping Tomas push Naomi out of the firm to keep his own secret safe? It sounds crazy, but this is beyond the gates. Crazy is what they do best. If Jacob is helping the man who is actively trying to destroy Naomi's legacy, that is treason. Or maybe it ties back to Haley's affair. Naomi has been investigating Haley, trying to find out who she is sleeping with. What if... No, they wouldn't. Would they? What if Jacob is the one Haley is having an affair with? I just made myself physically sick typing that. If Jacob, the man who just asked Ashley and Grayson to help plan a sweet surprise for his wife, is actually the guy sleeping with his evil stepmother-in-law, I am officially done with this show. I will riot. I will march down to the CBS studios with a picket sign. That would be the sickest, most twisted betrayal ever. And honestly, it perfectly fits the word traitor. Betraying Naomi with the woman who destroyed her family in the first place? That is next-level villainy. I know some people are loving this drama. I see the tweets. People are like, oh, finally, Jacob is interesting. But personally, I hate it. I loved them as a solid couple. We need at least one couple on this show that isn't constantly tearing each other apart. Look at Danny and Andre. Danny is out here having Freudian slips, calling Bill her husband in front of her whole family, and Andre is off having secret meetings with stalkers. Everyone's relationships are in the garbage right now. Can't Naomi just have one nice thing? Apparently not. The writers clearly looked at Naomi, saw that she was dealing with a hospitalized dad, an evil stepmother, a hostile work environment, and a genetic health crisis, and said, you know what she needs? A massive betrayal from her husband. It is just cruel at this point. I feel so incredibly bad for her. And what about Ashley and Grayson? How do they fit into this? Did they know the secret? If they helped Jacob plan this surprise while knowing he was a traitor, Naomi is going to burn the entire town down. She will have literally no one left to trust. But I kind of think Jacob manipulated them too. He probably used their genuine love for Naomi to set up this smokescreen. He wanted to buy himself some goodwill. Maybe because he knew his secret was about to come out. He was trying to pad the fall. Look how much I love you. I threw you a surprise. Please don't be mad about the massive betrayal. Yeah, right, buddy. Good luck with that. I'm just so frustrated because Naomi deserves the world. She has fought so hard for everything she has. When she was dealing with the BTG Jean storyline, I remember thinking, wow, she is the strongest character on this show. And Jacob was right there, holding her hand, telling her they would get through it together. Was it all a lie? Was he harboring this dark secret the entire time he was playing the supportive partner? The psychological damage this is going to do to her is astronomical. Let me dive deeper into the history of this show because I feel like we are ignoring a massive pattern here. I've been watching since 2015, and if there is one thing I know about the writers of Beyond the Gates, it's that they love to recycle a good betrayal arc, but they always try to one-up themselves. Remember back in 2018 when they had that whole storyline with the forged documents and the secret offshore accounts? Everyone thought it was just a business dispute, but it turned out to be a massive, deeply personal betrayal that tore a family apart. I feel like we are seeing the exact same blueprint here with Jacob and Naomi, but the emotional stakes are so much higher because of everything else Naomi is juggling. Think about the sheer audacity of Jacob. He is a detective. His entire career is built on uncovering the truth, on reading people, on knowing when someone is lying, and yet he thought he could pull the wool over Naomi's eyes. Naomi, who is literally a powerhouse attorney, she makes her living cross-examining people and finding the holes in their stories. It is actually insulting to her intelligence that he thought he could hide a massive secret from her, let alone cover it up with a cute little surprise orchestrated by Ashley and Grayson. The hubris of this man is just astounding to me. And let's take a moment to really analyze Naomi's reaction. The word traitor is so specific. She didn't yell liar. She didn't yell cheater. She yelled traitor. In the legal world, treason is the highest crime. It means you didn't just break a rule. You actively worked against your own side. You aided the enemy. This tells me that Jacob's secret isn't just a personal failing. It is an active alliance with someone or something that is trying to harm Naomi or her family. Who are Naomi's enemies right now? We have Tomas Navarro, who is actively trying to steal her father's legacy. We have Haley, who we as the audience know is poisoning Bill, and who Naomi suspects of having an affair. What if Jacob discovered Haley's affair during his undercover work, but the person Haley is sleeping with is someone Jacob needs for his case? So Jacob made a deal with the devil. He promised to keep Haley's dirty secret quiet in exchange for information, completely selling out his own wife and his father-in-law in the process. If that is the case, Jacob is dead to me. Completely. 100% dead to me. You do not sacrifice your family for your job, especially not when your wife is dealing with a severe genetic health crisis and the potential loss of her father. I am getting so worked up just thinking about this hypothetical scenario. But it makes so much sense. It explains the guilt. It explains why he wanted to do something nice for her. He was overcompensating because he knew he had sold her out to her worst enemy. I also really need to talk about the collateral damage here. If Jacob's secret blows up, it doesn't just affect Naomi. It affects the entire dynamic of their friend group. Ashley and Grayson are going to be caught in the crossfire. They are going to feel so used and manipulated. Jacob weaponized their friendship to build this illusion of a perfect marriage. And when the fallout hits, Ashley and Grayson are going to have to pick a side. And let me tell you, if they don't immediately side with Naomi, I will cancel them too. It is just so wild to me how different the women in this show handle their trauma. Look at Dupree. Dani is out here making a complete fool of herself, calling Bill her husband in the middle of the hospital, totally disrespecting Andre, and just spiraling into her old toxic patterns. She is leaning into the mess. But Naomi? Naomi is trying so hard to hold everything together. She is carrying the weight of the world with dignity. She is fighting for her father's firm. She is facing her BRCA diagnosis head-on, and she is trying to be a good wife to a man who just stabbed her in the back. The contrast is staggering. Naomi is the hero we need right now. And to see her get crushed like this while Dani is out there making terrible choices and getting away with it, it just feels so unfair. I know soaps aren't about fairness, but come on, give Naomi a break. I am dreading next week's episodes, but I also know I am going to be glued to my screen. I need to know what the secret is. I need the flashback scenes. I need the full explanation. If they drag this out for 3 weeks with just cryptic stares and half sentences, I am going to lose my mind. Just tell us what he did. Am I the only one who thinks Jacob has always had a slightly shady vibe? Like, I know he's a cop, but sometimes he gets this look in his eyes that just screams, I'm hiding something. I brushed it off because I wanted Naomi to be happy, but now all those little moments are flooding back to me. The times he would deflect her questions about his undercover work, the times he seemed just a little too disconnected when she was crying about her dad. It all makes sense now. He was carrying guilt. The guilt of a traitor. I just can't get over the fact that he tried to cover it up with a party. A surprise? It is so manipulative. It is textbook gaslighting. Make her feel so loved and overwhelmed with gratitude so she can't be mad at you. Well, it completely blew up in his face, and I am here for the fallout. I want Naomi to take him for everything he has. I want her to kick him out, take the house, take the dog, take everything. Let's also talk about the timing of all this. Bill is currently trying to seduce Danny from his hospital bed. Danny is facing a family tribunal with Anita, Vernon, and Nicole. Nicole is exclusively dating Kiel Rollins now that she dumped Carlton. Eva is absolutely destroying her mother, Leslie, for pining over Ted Richardson. Martin and Smitty are fighting over a podcast while Tyrell is crying over Jessica. The entire town of Fairmont Crest is literally imploding right now. And right in the middle of all this chaos, Naomi's marriage detonates. The writers are giving us zero time to breathe. I swear, if Jacob tries to justify whatever he did by saying, "I did it to protect you," I will throw something at my screen. That is the ultimate cop-out. You don't protect someone by lying to them and betraying their trust, especially when they are already drowning in stress. Naomi is a grown woman, a brilliant lawyer, and a survivor. She doesn't need his twisted version of protection. So, what do you guys think? Drop your theories in the comments. Is he sleeping with Haley? Is he working with Tomas? Did he compromise the investigation into Bill's poisoning? Or is it something completely different that we haven't even thought of yet? Because I am out of ideas, and my brain is completely fried. I'm going to go make some tea and try to calm down. But who am I kidding? I'm going to be thinking about Naomi's scream all night. "You're a traitor." It's going to haunt me. We have to stand behind Naomi right now. She is going to need all the support she can get because her world just ended. Until the next episode, guys, keep surviving the drama. Wait, I just had one last thought before I sign off. What if the secret is about the BRCA gene? What if Jacob did something related to her medical records or her treatment without telling her? No, that would be too dark. Even for this show. Right? Right? Oh God. Now I'm stressing myself out again. I'm done. I'm officially logging off. See you all in the forums.